Hello dear students, welcome to Chemistry Fundamentals. I am Dr. Rajiv Oberoi, dealing with a very important topic in chemistry, the most important for your competitive examination, the must question, and that is the iodoform test. Now this is a question which is always there because it is a differentiating test, very important, and it's a regular feature in the examination. So what is meant by iodoform test? So first I'm describing what is iodoform test, then we will discuss the reaction involved, then we will discuss the molecule in which this test is possible one by one. So we first begin with the test. Now if into any unknown compound X, we add mixture of NaOH plus I2. If into any unknown compound we add mixture of NaOH plus I2 and as the result we get yellow precipitate or yellow solution, then we say this compound X is undergoing iodoform test, means it is exhibiting positive iodoform test. This compound X is exhibiting positive iodoform test. Now the reaction involved in this test. Suppose if I have taken CH3, C double bond O CH3, this is propanone 2, that is acetone. So what happens when it is made to react with NaOH plus I2, the mixture of NaOH plus I2, it get converted into this carbonyl bond breaks. The carbonyl bond breaks and it result in formation of CH3, C double bond O, ONA. CH3, C double bond O, ONA, that is a molecule of sodium acetate, and a molecule of CHI3, that is iodoform, which is yellow in color. So compound like propanone, when made to react with mixture of NaOH plus I2, it gives mixture of sodium acetate and iodoform. Due to formation of this iodoform, it is yellow in color, that is yellow precipitate or yellow solution obtained is because of formation of this iodoform. Now looking onto this reaction directly, it is not clear that how this compound propanone is converting into these two. From this reaction given, that is the equation I have written, it is not clear that how this compound propanone is converting into these two compounds. So let us elaborate that how this compound propanone 2 is converting into mixture of sodium acetate and iodoform. So let me elaborate it. Now remember that this reaction of iodoform is a stepwise process, takes place in 3 steps. It is stepwise process, takes place in 3 steps. In step number 1, two molecule of NaOH react with I2, two molecule of NaOH react with I2, one Na, one I. One Na, one I forms NaI, sodium iodide. Then one Na, one O, one I. One Na, one O, left over one I forms NaOI, 2H and 1 O. 2H and 1 O is left over water molecule. So 1 Na, 1 I forms NaI, 1 Na, 1 O, 1 I forms NaOI, sodium hypoiodide, and then 2H and 1 O forms H2O. So in the first step, it forms mixture of sodium iodide and sodium hypoiodite. Sodium iodide and sodium hypoiodite, remember, sodium hypoiodite is an oxidizing agent. So in the first step, it gives mixture of sodium iodide and sodium hypoiodite. Now in the second step, the principal molecule propanone 2, the principal molecule CH3, C double bond O CH3 propanone 2 will react with NaOI. It will react with NaOI in the ratio 1:3, 3H and 3NaO goes. 3H and 3Na goes in form of 3NaOH and 3I combines. 1 I combines over here, 1 I combines over here, 1 I combines over here. resulting in formation of CH3, C double bond O, CS3 plus 3 molecule of NaOH would be formed. Now this compound is, it is 1,1,1 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2. So this propanone 2 react with an AOI, that is sodium hypoiodide, and get converted into 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2. This is the second step. So in the first step, sodium hydroxide react with iodine to produce mixture of sodium iodide and sodium hypoiodide. The sodium hypoiodide then react with the molecule of propanone 2, converting it into 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2. This is the second step. Now in the third step, the molecule of 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2, in the third step, the molecule of 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2 will react with NaOH. The molecule of 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2 formed in step number 2 react with molecule of NaOH, this Ci3 and this H. This Ci3 and this H goes in form of CHI3. CHI3, which is iodoform, and this is yellow in color. It results in formation, this Ci3 plus H forms CHI3, that is iodoform, which is yellow in color. This O and A combines. So what is happening? This carbonyl bond is breaking. The carbonyl bond is breaking, and this O and A comes over here, resulting in formation of CH3, C double bond O, O and A, CH3, C double bond O, O and A, CH3, C double bond O, O and A, that is molecule of sodium acetate. So in the third step, the 1,1,1 triiodopropanone 2, which is obtained from the second, react with NaOH to give a molecule of, in this case, sodium acetate and iodoform. So this is how this reaction takes place. So it's very important reaction. It is a very important reaction, but the importance lies in its differentiating property. It have a very unique differentiating property, due to which it is a very important test used to distinguish between two compounds. So it is a very frequent question in the examination, because to distinguish between two compounds, this test is very important. So let's not target the distinguishing property of this test. Now before I begin with the distinguishing property, let us discuss the compound that undergo this kind of test. So first we are discussing those compounds which will undergo this test, and then I come to distinguishing property. Very important test. Remember, you have to master iodoform test. It is very important for your examination, both for your competitive examination, also for your board level examination. Question based on iodoform is always there. Now remember, this topic is included in number 1 of organic chemistry. It is included in number 2 of organic chemistry, number 3 of organic chemistry, means number of unit involve these reactions. Therefore this is very important. So let us begin with those compounds that will undergo this kind of test. Now this iodoform test is exhibited by two categories of compound. We say it is exhibited by two categories of compound. One is carbonyl and other is alcohol. So all those carbonyl compound which contains C double bond O CH3 group, called S acetyl group. So carbonyl compound having C double bond O CH3, C double bond O CH3, that is acetyl group. The carbonyl compound having acetyl group, and all those alcohol which contain the C CH3 HOH, this group, C CH3 HOH, this group exhibit iodoform test. So for any carbonyl to exhibit iodoform test, remember, for any carbonyl compound to exhibit iodoform test, this group should be present, and for any alcohol to exhibit this test, this group should be present. Only by presence of this group in case of carbonyl and this group in case of alcohol, the iodoform test would be exhibited. So let us discuss in detail. Now suppose I discuss some of the carbonyl compound. Suppose first compound is methanol. This compound methanol will give this test. So answer is no. Why? Because CH3C double bond O, CH3C double bond O, the required group is not present. The required group, this C double bond O CH3, the required group is not present. C double bond O CH3, the group which is required is not present. Now why this group is required? So just recall the reaction we discussed. What happens? This CH3, 3 hydrogen, the 3 terminal hydrogen react with iodine to form Ci3. In the reaction I discussed just now, this CH3, the 3 terminal hydrogen get converted into Ci3 by reaction with sodium hydroxide. Therefore this is must. This group is must. So in methanol this group is absent, therefore it do not give the test. In case of ethanol, this CH3C double bond O group is present, therefore it will give the test. In case of propanol, C double bond O CH3, no, C double bond O, it is CH2. C double bond O CH3, no, that is CH3 is not there, it is C double bond O CH2 is present. Therefore this C double bond O CH3 group, C double bond O CH3 group is not present in propanol, therefore propanol will not exhibit this test. So methanol will not exhibit this test, ethanol will exhibit this test, propanol will not exhibit this test. In case of propanol 1, this group is absent. Now if I discuss propanone 2, ketone, acetone, in case of propanone 2 CH3, C double bond O CH3 is propanone 2, this C double bond O CH3 group is present, therefore it will give this test. In case of butanone 2, in case of butanone 2, so in case of butanone 2, CH3, CH2, C double bond O CH3, butanone 2, this CH3C double bond O, CH3C double bond O, this group is present, therefore it will give the test. In case of pentanone 2, CH3, CH2, CH2, C double bond O CH3, this group is present, therefore it will give this test. So propanol will not, propanone will yes, butanone 2 will yes, pentanone 2 will yes, but pentanone 2 and pentanone 3, now I am discussing pentanone 3. So remember pentanone 2 and pentanone 3 are positional isomer, have same function group, same molecular formula, same function group, just differ in the position of the function group. This is having group at 2, this is having group at 3, but a very important difference that pentanone 2 contains this group, therefore give this test. Pentanone 3 do not contain this group, therefore it will not. So this is how we can differentiate between the compound. This test is very important for the differentiation between the compound, just to distinguish them. So let us take some example. Now how can we differentiate between ethanol and propanol 1? So I said ethanol contains the group, it will give iodoform test. Propanol do not contain the group, it will not give the test. So ethanol and propanol can be differentiated using iodoform test. Ethanol will give iodoform test, propanol will not give iodoform test. Now how can we differentiate between propanol 1 and propanone 2? Propanol 1 and propanone 2, same molecular formula, they just differ in the group. They have same molecular formula, C3H6O, C3H6O, this is having aldehyde S group, this is having ketone S group. How we can differentiate? Now propanol 1 do not have that acetyl group, so propanol 1 will not give the test. Propanone 2 have that acetyl group, therefore it will give the test. So propanol and propanone can be differentiated using iodoform test. This will not give the test, propanol will not give the test, propanone will give the test. How we can differentiate between pentanone 2 and pentanone 3? Pentanone 2 and pentanone 3. Now remember pentanone 2 contains the group, therefore it will give the test. Pentanone 3 do not contain that group, it will not. So ethanol and propanol can be differentiated using iodoform test. Propanol 1 and propanone 2 can be differentiated using iodoform test. Pentanone 2, pentanone 3 can be differentiated using iodoform test. Therefore, iodoform test is very useful to differentiate between the compound, that is to distinguish between the compound. Therefore, it is a very important test for the examination. Let us now discuss with respect to alcohol. So I said any alcohol that contains CCH3HOH. CCH3HOH group will give this test, and why? This is because when during the reaction this group undergo oxidation. I told you NaOI is a oxidizing agent. So during the reaction this CCH3HOH undergo oxidation. This H from here, this H from here, this O from here goes in form of water molecule and converting it into acetyl group. So in the carbonyl compound, acetyl group was directly present. In case of alcohol, only those which can convert into acetyl. In case of alcohol, only those which can convert into acetyl will undergo this iodoform test. Those alcohol which may convert into acetyl group, C double bond or CH3. So in case of ethanol, CH3CH2OH, this CH3CHOH, CH3CHOH, this group is present, therefore it will give the test. So ethanol will give this test. In case of propanol, the carbon having OH to it, one hydrogen attached but not methyl, ethyl is attached. So this group, the required group is not present, therefore propanol 1 will not give the test. Propanol 1 will not give the test. But if we discuss propanol 2, CH3CHOH CH3, CH3CHOH CH3. So remember, in this propanol 2, this CH3CHOH group is present, therefore it will give the test. If we talk about butanol 2, this butanol 2 contains this CH3OH group, CH3HOH group. This group is present, therefore it will give the test. Now if we discuss 2-methyl butanol 2, it was butanol 2. If we discuss 2-methyl butanol 2, so this 2-methyl butanol 2 contains OH, OH CH3, but that H required is not there, means the required group is not present. So in case of 2-methyl butanol 2, this required group is not present, therefore it will not give the test. So let us discuss more reactions. That what I am discussing, that propanol 1 do not have this group. Propanol 1 do not have this group, it will not give the test. Whereas propanol 2 contains this group. Propanol 2 contains this group, therefore it will give the test. Propanol 2 will give the test. Butanol 2 contains this CH3, CH2, CHOH, CH3. Butanol 2 give this test. So this ethanol is having this group, it will give the test. Propanol 1 will not. Propanol 2 will give the test. Butanol 2 will give the test. Now if I discuss this compound, it is 2-methyl butanol 2. 2-methyl butanol 2. So 2-methyl butanol 2 do not contain the required group, therefore it will not give the test. So this propanol 2 is having this group, will give the test. Butanol 2 is having this group, will give the test. 2-methyl butanol 2 is not having that required group, therefore it will not give the test. So again, this reaction can be utilized, this iodoform test can be utilized to differentiate between ethanol and propanol. Ethanol 1, propanol 1 can be differentiated using iodoform test because ethanol will give the test due to presence of the group. Propanol 1 will not give the test due to absence of the group. Differentiation between propanol 1 and propanol 2. Propanol 1 do not have that group, will not give the test. Propanol 2 have the group, therefore it will give the test. So this is how we can utilize the iodoform test to differentiate between the compound. Therefore iodoform test is very important, decisive test. It is the regular feature in the examination. So just master iodoform test, applying to more questions. So just apply it properly, have a complete concept clear for the iodoform test so that it could be completely applied onto any kind of question that are asked in the examination, may it be your competitive examination or board examination. So iodoform test is a must question in all the examination. Very important feature. It is almost there in all the examination. Please master iodoform test.